All right, good morning, everyone. It is 11:39 in the morning on March 22nd, 2021. I'm doing a $134 profitable recap today. Now, I'm not counting Microsoft in the total today. I'm just counting AMRS and MP. I don't remember if I covered MP in the morning session or not, but it's a stock that I've been trading on and off now for a couple of weeks, and AMRS. Now, I traded like doo-doo today, so this is going to be, hopefully you can learn from my mistakes here. So let's go over what I, basically did today, getting lucky, really. So the original plan with AMRS was two things. One, I staggered 1,000 shares between 2135 and 2104 before the bell. And you can see here in the first 3 minutes, let me open this up a bit, make it a little bit bigger. This is the 1 minute chart. In the first 3 minutes, it dipped down just a tad and it ran up through 2187. Now, the plan was for 2187 that I would look for a break above 2187, then confirmation, and then a move higher. All right, so after AMRS broke up above 2187, I got rid of all the 1,000 shares I had on order. I had limit orders in between 2135 and 2104, and just let them go. I was like, okay, at this point right here when it broke 2187, and I was like, all right, it's probably not going to dip that far down today, and it's probably not going to dip that far down in a trade that I want to be in if it's already going to break 2187. So at the break of 2187 right here, actually on this candle right here, I put in an order for 300 shares at 2187. And then it ran up, and I'm looking for a 1% rise. So 1% would be roughly 22 cents, and 22 cents would put me at $22.07, 8 cents roughly, right? So it did that. It went up to 22.08. It gave me plenty of opportunity. It went to as high as 22.15, and I didn't take profits. I was like, you know what? Let's see how far this thing can ride without, I wanted to just let the whole position run. And it didn't do that. And so then it came back down. I was like, oh, well, I don't want to get out of this break even or negative. So, let me see if it'll test this 2187 and pull away again. So the break here, 2187, playing the break of 2187 here is a good trade. It's okay to play that break. It's a part of momentum. It's okay. And taking profits at 1% was the strategy. Why I decided to not do that, I don't know. I don't know why I decided to just hang on. And even then, watch it go negative. And I watched it go negative really far. So then I watched it go down to 2113. I was like, crap, I'm holding on to this thing, and I know I shouldn't be holding on to it, so on and so on. And so I was like, okay, well, let me just average into this at the next Fibonacci level, which was this 2104. So it came down, and I put in another 300 shares at 2104. That put me in at an average of 2145. So I was like, all right, well, it was pretty torturous there for a while. You can see here, it finally started to make its move back up, and I sold it at 2152 or so. This is not at all the way to trade. I could have gotten in down here at 2104. I could have gotten out up here in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, actually, in a matter of 1, 2, 3 to 4 minutes trade. And I could have made the same amount of money if I had just gotten in on 300 shares here and sold at the 1% target as I did if buying both of these Fibonacci levels right here. So what kept me in the trade was these levels. I had these three levels on pre-market. Let me get rid of the fib so it's a little bit easier to see. 2187, 2135, and 2104 were the numbers that I had on board this morning before everything opened up. And then I was like, all right, well, where's my loss level? And so I went back to this is yesterday's close right here at 2082, I think. Hang on, let me see. Yesterday's close. Oh, no. Here we go. Yeah, yesterday's close was at 2082. This candle right here. So it's like, all right. So, and that was the best level of support you can see here on the 10-minute. This 2082 level, it hit 2082 and buyers came in. Hit 2082 again and buyers came in. So my levels for the bounce of the trades at 2104 were okay. You can see here on the 1 minute. And obviously 2135 was a good spot for a bounce. It was a really good spot for a bounce. Went from 2135 to 2112, almost $1. So anyway, I held on to this thing and I got in at the other Fibonacci and I held on to it as it tested the Friday close. And so you can see here on the shares that I bought at 2104, I made roughly, we'll call it $145, roughly we'll call it $140 right here. And then the shares that I bought at 2187, I lost roughly, it was at $95, right? So for the whole thing, I made about $45 for that whole time this morning. From basically, I let it go right at the 250, right in here somewhere. I let it go. And I was in at an average of 245, and I could have made that same amount of money in much less time if I had just stuck with my strategy. And it's there's no guarantee, that the price would come down and hit these levels and start moving away. This could have been a $400 loss, I consider myself just kind of fortunate that I held on to it and didn't sell, and it continued. It hit a price level where it found support and then started moving up. So, not a good trade. I mean, I got out of it profitably, but I didn't stick to my rules. Just didn't trade well. If I'd just sold, if I'd gotten in at 2187 on 300 shares and then sold at just 22 cents higher, I'd be up $60-something on the trade instead of only $45 on the trade. And I wouldn't have spent the last, I'd say hour to hour and a half just sitting here babysitting this mistake of a trade. So anyway, okay. Then MP is one that I've been watching for a while. These two levels correspond with Fibonacci levels. And if you look at it on the 1 minute here, let me show you. This 4604 entry would have been just fine. I had 300 shares staggered around 46.33 at 46.53, 46.33, and 46.13. And so it came in and it filled me on these candles, on these two candles right here. And then popped up, and on those 300 shares at 46.33, I would have been up about 60 cents, well into my 1% range, but I didn't sell right here. I wanted to let it ride. I wanted, instead of following my strategy, I wanted to see just how far up this bounce could go. And so then I watched it go down, and I was like, crap, where's the next level? It's $44.60. look for a bounce there. It never made it to 44.60, and then came back up above my level, and I sold it at 46.50 something or other. And so again, I could have made just as much money if I'd gotten out on my strategy instead of, the 1% bounce and taking profits instead of watching this thing go against me. And then fortunately, by the grace of the good Lord, it coming back up and letting me get out. So I made $87 on that trade, and it took me, 9:50 to it took me about 45 minutes longer than it should have. So I don't know what my deal is today. I was greedy. I was looking for, a run up to back to the opening of the day and stuff, and it just wasn't working out that way. So I'm really lucky to have gotten out with $134 profit. Now, Microsoft, I had a level of $23.10, and I got in at $233.20. And this is a break of a Fibonacci that I've had on this thing for a while. I put the alarm on it this morning, so when the alarm went off, I bought right there. Let's go to the 1 minute. And so the break, it broke right here, and then I was right here. I was in at 233.20 on the next candle, and it managed to make a move. Now I imagine that given enough time, this thing is going to make a move to its next Fibonacci level up here at 237. But I'm pretty tired of sitting here in the office staring at charts, so I'm going to call it a day there, and just be happy with my winnings. All right, everybody. Good luck out there today. Keep your risk tight. Stick to your strategy. Click like, subscribe. The thumbs up, it's a nice indicator, and I love comments. All right, everybody. I will see you tomorrow morning. Out.